He's not going to talk to me this time? The little guy gets smaller and smaller as you rise above the dollhouse world. You see him out in the snow, on the streets, in the shop, on the corner, and finally in the matchbox house. Sitting by the window, white flowers on the windowsill, you can smell them from up here. It's awful. A white morning, a modern death, a divorce, or something similar. All you can do is put more distance between you and him, make him smaller, make him less you. Oh. All motoristics learning caps raised by 1. That's not the best, but okay. I hate that I have to spend a skill point to forget something. Because the long way home doesn't seem super useful. This is super useful. This is super useful. This is meh. But I hate that you have to spend a skill point to get rid of it. Ace is high. 1 empathy towards Kim. Well, that's a temporary research bonus. I don't know what I get. Let's forget this. Forget a thought for 1 point. That's fine. I want aces high. Okay, internalizing doesn't cost a point. I thought it did. That was my concern. Okay. Alright. I don't remember. Do I still have points? Why is some of this colored? Because I succeeded in a skill test or something? I don't know. Alright, what the heck? Split a kilo with Kuno. Take down Kuno's dad. I definitely need to do something about Kuno's dad. Ooh, I got 1 to Superstar Cop. I want to work that up. Oh, yeah. Interview the guy who owns the harbor. Okay, so we want to talk to the union boss. Oh, we still need to do the autopsy. Run the number on the victim's armor. Ooh, we should do that. Alright. I don't think we're at the end of the day yet. Let's go run the number on the armor. Definitely putting off the autopsy. Oh, white morning. What's this?
This Post Lavatorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front.
Good mail delivery box. Pat the box.
The box seems happy.
Leave. Some great tectonic forces cracked the pavement like an eggshell. Maybe a sea monster did this to the plaza. Damage looks like it could have been caused by an earthquake.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
Okay.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Give me the
This
radio.
is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Can you run a serial number for me?
Sure, officer. What's the number? Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow.
Call back
Hopefully they'll have dug
tomorrow.
up something useful.
The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is an inter-Isoleri law enforcement service, the crown jewel in the moral intern diadem, alongside EPIS and the coalition government.
Alright.
57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers.
No, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're done. Alright, so we gotta call them back tomorrow. I guess we're gonna go do this autopsy. Not looking forward to it. Alright. Let's save the game, please. Oh, I'm not looking forward to this. What? Oh, the belt's still there. That's weird. Should I even try talking to her?
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
What are those strange words you use?
I come from the woods, Gustavito. You don't want to go there with me. You don't want to see what I've seen.
Don't be traumatizing her. Get the fuck out of here.
He's very protective of her. Very big brother.
The rotting man lies on his side with his eyes looking straight through you. The belt is still around his neck. His body is supine and open to intrusion by autopsy. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
What are we doing?
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield Volk, you must have me confused. You, sir, you are the Copperpedia.
Alright, let's go.
There truly is a time for everything, even for yellow gardening gloves. However, they are lacking hygienically. I suggest you get in there in limited capacity.
What do you mean?
I mean when I need you to. Until then, I should handle physical contact, and you should take notes.
Alright, so I just fill this in? Show him the field autopsy form.
That's right.
You knew it because you inspected your ledger. The lieutenant is relieved you know the protocol.
Open your ledger at the field autopsy form.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with
Assistant?
That's you.
Alright, right in my initials.
the corpse is indifferent to your scribblings, just lies there. The next box says
Coroner case number?
KK57-0803.0815.
KK equals Kim Kitsuragi.
Oh.
57 equals Precinct 57, followed by his date 0803 and time of arrival 0815 on the scene. He's indexed the case after himself, not you.
Well, he's doing it.
That's because he doesn't want to bring up the messy question of your initials.
I'm gonna write it down.
Next,
Name.
NA. Next,
Date of birth.
NA.
Age.
Roughly 50.
Okay.
Dry 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side.
Alright, 42.
He nods.
Race.
Mondial.
Fair to olive-skinned, from the Isola of Mwindi. This is as vague as it gets. You might as well say whitish.
Write it down.
The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Sex.
Fucky!
The little monster explains energetically.
Male.
Pigs can have sex.
Right, fucky. Right, male.
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
Date of death.
We're still going with March 4th. 51.
Okay.
What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
KK 57 0503 0815 listens motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
Evidence of treatment?
None. At least not after the initial examination.
Okay.
A strange word. Treatment.
What is that anyway?
Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem.
None. But
Don't overdo it. It's okay to be unsure.
I'm not so sure.
A silent nod. The lieutenant places his gloved hand on the corpse's chest, as if in preparation.
There's kids right there.
We should start the postmortem.
Oh, God.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
Tell me something, dead man.
Shoot, Looney Rooney.
What was it that killed you? Love or communism?
Huh?
You said love killed you, but when you fell down, you said it was communism.
You're misquoting me, Rooney. I said communism killed me. Love did me in.
You really need to learn the difference, buddy. This is embarrassing.
Okay.
Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
External examination.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
He turns the body onto its side to check the underwear label.
See, it's happening.
Dude.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
Of course she was. Write it down.
The boots are ceramic. Vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from blood flowing downward post-mortem. Removal of the boots is left for processing.
Write it down.
The boot has a serial number. It's E50.100.100. The lines between the plates are in the shape of the alphanumerical. The number is purposefully concealed by the design.
Write it down.
Tattoos.
He stands up, feet planted on either side of the body.
The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling a map of the night sky. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene, using a Trigat Mini.
Write it down.
The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow. Length 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end.
Write it down.
Well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age 42. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature below freezing. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with the age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
Touch the corpse's hair before moving on?
The hair under your latex fingers feels cold to touch, wet.
Why am I stroking the hair?
The stench is suffocating. Strands of dark brown hair start sticking to the latex of the glove, like thread off a rag doll's head.
Why?
More hair sticks to the glove. Hair off the rain-soaked head of a dead man. There are bumps and dips on the skull below. An alien landscape. There, dead man. You were someone's child. It's all over now.
There?
The lieutenant watches you in silence.
Write it down.
That was some sick shit, Sekopa.
That was kind of empathetic.
Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs, consistent with stones thrown. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity? You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max. Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest, consistent with predation.
Write down, but amend for high velocity. Write it down.
You get your mark.
The lieutenant produces a small folding knife, with the other hand pulling on the belt. He starts cutting into the polyester. The stench is horrid. After a while, it's obvious the material cannot be cut.
The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
All right, well, I'm prepared to pet the chain cutters.
The hanged man lets out a joyous little bubble of rot from his nose.
Great. Pull out the chain cutters.
Always good to think ahead. Now,
He points to the rope.
we need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can.
Oh no.
See? My pig is gonna fuck his head off.
Oh god.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
Look for a good spot.
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the east.
Oh god, if I mess this up. Oh no. Take a breath. Roll those dice. Ooh, can I put another point into physical instrument? Is that a thing I can do? No. Okay, alright. Alright. Okay.
After some deliberation, you sink the cutters into the knot tying the belt together. You squeeze the rubber handles together, sweat forming on your brow.
Press down.
Snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck.
The lieutenant has kneeled closer, running his finger along the dark red groove until there's a gap.
As it ought to. This is where its grip on the curdled meat is gentlest, pulling up.
Great, thanks.
Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters.
Write it down.
Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact. Genitalia.
He pulls down the man's underpants.
No! It's gonna happen, see?
I fucking knew it!
This is clearly what they've been waiting for, ever since the autopsy began. The lieutenant is trying to make it as boring as possible.
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
I don't think. Inspect the genitals, write it down, and move on.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip. In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat duty.
The scarring is extensive, way more than a law official's.
We have a real museum here. Of battles, wars.
Write it down.
Last item. Hands.
He takes the right man's hand in his, inspects it, then moves on to the other hand. Pick up the hand?
His flesh is cold, icy.
Pleased to meet you. Where are you from and what's your name?
I'm from...
I'm only fucking with you. I know where you're from. From Cappadocia. And your name is Il Corbo. What can I do you for, Il Corbo di Cappadocia?
It's good to hold your hand. Did you like it when I stroked your hair?
I did, Kobo. I did. Reminded me of when I was just a small boy. Before this happened to my face and my body. You did me a kindness there. We should do this more often. Be close like this, I mean.
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from struggling.
Were we expecting any?
I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment.
Working so close to the fumes coming from the corpse must be hard. You realize suddenly that the lieutenant has been barely keeping it together these past 2 items.
Write it down.
Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next?
He turns to the side to breathe. It's not enough. He buries his face in the sleeve of his jacket. You hear a muffled voice. Oh, we gotta do internal. Let me leave. And save.
The rotting man, like the lieutenant, adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
Okay. If I may add the moral of the story.
What would that be?
He looks at you inquisitively.
The dead man looks, too, with barely contained excitement to hear the moral of his story.
The brain is very vulnerable to compromises in its blood supply.
I think that may well be the moral of every story, officer.
The lieutenant grins. All right, N.A.
Good. Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable.
Write it down.
Respiratory system.
Back hunched, as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaw as he stops to exert more force. Both hands are used.
Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
From here, it looks as though the clown-faced man is screaming. The tendons of his jaw are torn apart. Hyoid ripped from the force of the lieutenant's hands.
Alright, apparently I'm gonna look inside.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in that mouth of his.
Why would I look further inside? Why? Oh, that was bad.
You feel something in your chest, an unnatural pressure.
Oh no, that was bad.
It's spreading to your left arm.
This is
jaw.
This is bad.
Very, very bad. This is the end. Bad.
Remain conscious.
All you feel is pain and weakness. You have to surrender now. We all do. It gets so dark. You don't even see her face. Like you always thought you would. You only see pain and fear.
That was a bad idea. I'm glad I saved.
Cop suffers final heart attack. A detective lieutenant of the RCM passed away yesterday. His death, though abrupt, did not come as a surprise to those who knew him. He was the heaviest drinker I'd ever met. Captain Ptolemy Price, the deceased superior officer, commented, "That ain't easy on the ticker." He loved his liquor, sure, said Detective Chester McLean, friend and colleague. But I think before he ever had a heart attack, his heart was broken. According to an official statement given by the RCM, the officer was on the brink of solving a murder case.
Oh, poor Kim. Let's load our game. Let's not look in the mouth, shall we?
Oral cavity.
From here, it looks as though
Hepatobiliary. NA. Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
Wait, what? The tendons of his jaw. Oh, I said write it down. Okay. I am not a hepto. I don't even... He looks at the corpse's stomach of tiredness and disgust. No?
Neither am I.
What is it?
That's it.
What?
Same for toxicology and serology. NA.
Just write NA on everything, both.
Unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there.
Completionist in me wonders if there's something we could still do for toxicology. Okay.
Like a toxicology screening? At this stage, I doubt processing will find anything, even if he was brimming with cocaine. But still, you should add a request.
Alright, let's write NA and add request.
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with a hanging.
Write it down.
Gastrointestinal.
He breathes a sigh of approaching relief. This is the last field on the list. He looks around to the ground. Pool of feces there.
This will do.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
He touches the corpse's bloated lower abdomen briefly. Write it down. Omit the voila.
What's next on the list?
Injuries summary.
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too.
Okay. Bite marks.
Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted.
Write it down.
And your opinion, officer?
Non-fatal post-mortem.
Agreed. Next injury?
Contusions.
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. A perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
Okay.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
The lieutenant's admission has caused great gratitude in Kuno. He is silent with it.
Write it down.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Non-fatal post-mortem.
Right. Next.
Ligature mark.
A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Write it down.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible.
Fatal injury.
That's it. We have established cause of death. It's not much, and it leaves much to be questioned. But it's a start. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
I didn't get to ask what the 4th thing was. How'd it go?
Well, we established probable cause of death. Some would say that's the goal of an autopsy. We also requested a toxicological screening. That was thorough. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks, if we are lucky. I would not hold my breath.
What else?
We were thorough with the list of injuries too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
Alright, so what now?
I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg.
Okay.
For processing.
He looks at the dead man one more time, then at the slip of red paper in his hand, then at the corpse again.
He's thinking, did I miss something? I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's always something.
Search the body one more time. Holy cow. Where's my perception? It's down here. This is still... Yeah. Establish probable cause. We didn't establish probable cause? Huh.
You run your hands over the victim's cold body, his limbs, his torso with its swollen organs. Maybe you should be more thorough.
Look at his pants again?
You pull down his breeches. Marbling is present around the crotch. The penis has shrunk. crawling halfway back inside him. There is nothing mysterious or noteworthy here.
Can't get enough of that dick.
Do you think we missed something?
You can't shake the feeling that there are more secrets concealed in the flesh before you.
Yeah, there's something we're not seeing.
Okay, well, we are in livor mortis here. He is disintegrating. We need to refrigerate the body if we want to conduct another examination, and we need to do it fast.
Where do we find a fridge?
It would have to be industrial in size. Let's start by asking Gart at the Whirling in Rags and the Fritz store down at the gates. If they don't know, but only if all else fails.
His gaze settles on Kuno. Okay. Ask Frigate and Whirling Rags.
Fuck are you looking at, Beano man? You want a piece of the Kuno? Wanna get fucked?
Only if all else fails.
He stresses.
Kuno looks like he gets around. Knows Martinez. And its fridges too, probably.
Is there a point to looking at the body again?
Hurry. This is one task we cannot sideline.
Okay.
With every hour, whatever we are looking for
It's
will become
locked.
harder to find.
Okay. Leave. Alright, this is important. Smells like spoiled meat and curdled dairy. Oh, hello.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
What kind of boots?
Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails, all over the yard. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Worker boot tracks.
Noted.
Takes out his notebook. Visual calculus.
What do you think you are? A super detective? You're hungover.
Oh.
These are just dents in the mud. No pattern emerges for the time being.
I am a super cop. I'm gonna make myself a super cop. I can retry it. Industrial fridge. We need to do that sooner rather than later. Oh, there's more people here. I tried talking to you. I couldn't talk to you.
Can I help you?
I'm in need of a fridge.
Yes. For the dead body. You want to put a dead corpse into my fridge, right?
Flattery is the way.
We heard you have like a huge fridge, colossal, practically a mausoleum.
You've heard wrong, and you're not putting a dead body into my fridge.
Damn, I thought the size thing would work.
I'm not even gonna ask why. I understand why.
This is a culinary establishment, not a morgue. You don't have to ask me why you can't store a dead body in my kitchen.
It would only be for...
Kim.
Lieutenant, you too? You're asking too? No. The answer is no. I will not turn this place into some kind of macabre circus.
Let's go talk to the Frit clerk.
Okay. We may need to talk to Kuno. We have respect with Kuno now, though. It might be okay. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think this clerk is gonna be super helpful. We have respect with Kuno, so let's just ask. Do you know of any humongous refrigerators, Kuno? Can I talk to you?
Fuck, does Kuno care?
I need a fridge to stash the body.
For the fuck imp. Good thing you asked the Kunmeister. Kuno knows a fridge. Perfect for freezing
He nods, trying to look older. I thought you would. Where is it?
Bacon Man's in a rush. But what's in it for the Kuno? What's the return on Kuno's investment?
A corpse-free yard. No. I'll repay you for this information one day. Rhetoric. See, we're buds with Kuno. Convince the Kuno to spill the beans.
By killing in his territory, someone has openly challenged Kuno. It's in his best interest to put them in their place.
There we go. Some arrogant shit thinks he can kill in Kuno's kingdom without asking the Kuno first. Sounds like lawlessness to me.
A dark flame smolders in Kuno's eyes as he ponders your argument. Wordless, like kings do.
This outlaw's fate is in your hands. Let's make an example of him. Help me locate him using fridge body technology.
Alright, Kuno hears you. See that shit house over there?
He points to the collapsed building with the bookstore.
A cold comes over you as you glance behind him at the crumbling colossus there, casting a shadow on you.
Yeah, the big, tall one behind you?
You gotta get in that shit. In there, deep.
How do I get in?
Through the bookstore. You gotta beg the book bitch. Used to be you could get in there through the doorbell, jam that shit. Book bitch changed that. Kuno doesn't beg, so Kuno doesn't go there anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, book bitch, beggar. You stupid or something?
He means the bookstore. We have to ask the proprietor of the bookstore.
I got it.
See, the cloud gets it. Listen to your four-eyed friend.
What do you mean in deep?
Check the fucking basement, pig. Don't you know anything? Always check the fucking basement, recon style.
The kid rolls his eyes.
There's a giant fridge down there. Fucking will fit, no problem. It looks like a white bird or some shit. Try not to piss yourself when you see it.
He nods confidently.
A white bear? A polar bear?
Thanks.
You didn't hear it from Kuno, pig. But don't forget where you heard it from.
Okay.
Kuno owns you now, pig. You're Kuno's property.
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Bye. Oh, I haven't seen the bookstore. This isn't it, right?
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
Yeah, none of that says bookstore to me. This book has a rose, a pistol, and a half-naked dame on its cover. On the cover stands a very muscular man surrounded by flames. The book is titled Man from Heimdall in the Wildfire. This book is about pate. This book, you don't really understand what it's about, nor does it seem important. It takes willpower to even read the author's name. Jean Kaus from Iguania? Book about bio-adero culture, promotes freedom and roaming upstream. Book about the future, the government reads your mind using radio technology. Crime, romance, biographies of famous people. Oh. Signs. What's this? Broken window. Tibbs has windows?
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently inaccessible.
Poor little viewer.
The metal feels cold and wet under your palm. It looks unhygienic.
Look inside?
A thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out the word Onuk, written on the other side, with N and C scribbled backwards.
Great.
That's Kuno on the lens.
Yeah, I got it. Shift your focus to the background.
Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the water lies a coast studded with concrete and reeds. On it, a church on stilts, lanky weather-worn wooden planks, an X-shaped cross topping its tower. You know this to be the star of Pericarnassus, or the Cairo, the central symbol of the Pericarnassian church, a star, a great moral height to be strived towards. The church looks old and weather-worn. There are no lights in the windows.
If you had a bag in your hand, perhaps you could collect these bottles and sell them.
This coin-operated viewer is facing south. The instruction manual says to insert 25 centimes and pull the handle while looking inside. Then use the focus knob to zoom in if necessary. Why place a tourist attraction in the middle of such poverty?
What's a tourist attraction doing here?
There was a revitalization project in 49. A design studio tried restoring Martinez to its pre-war glory. It didn't stick.
Oh, what happened?
They got as far as the street lamps and the statue on that intersection. Then something went sour. I suspect that something was Everard Clare, the union leader. He muscled them out. It's how it usually goes around here.
Cool, I dig organized crime, it's the best. Can we do something about it?
We should have done something about the union 10 years ago. That ship has sailed, officer.
I'm not gonna spend my money, I barely have any. I still gotta pay someone back hundreds of dollars that I don't have. Maybe should have made that a priority. Oh, it's another thing. A bag! Coin-operated viewer has been banged up, inoperable. I want the bag. I see it. I actually see the bag. Take it. Nothing I can't do. Job for every man. There we go. This bag has Freet written on it in a dynamic, forceful manner that implies great prices. As you crack it open, a malty gust of air flies in your face, smells of yeast and beer. A perfect place for tear. Cool, let's go get some bottles. These aren't bottles, are they? It's got a hand, which is weird. Let's go collect these. Plastic tear and glass tear. Take all of it. Oh, here's more. Oh, thank goodness I can actually collect stuff now. Okay, hold on. I need to hold tab and move with this. There we go. Let's go back up here. See if I find any more stuff to collect. Can't pick that up? That doesn't count? Ooh, here. Take all of it. Is there a limit to how much this bag can hold? Alright, well, we've got some stuff.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
Here we go.
Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now.
By 60 cents.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
Okay. I thought I could still ask you about a fridge, but that was no.